You ever play a game so quietly powerful it just sits with you long after the credits roll? That's Leela, a hand-drawn narrative puzzle game from Ubik Studios that might only take 2 hours of your time, but leaves an impact that's a whole lot bigger. Welcome back to Veteran Game. Today we're diving into a game that doesn't ask you to fight, save the world, or master a mechanic. Instead, it simply asks you to remember. This is Leela, and this one made me cry. The premise is simple. You play as Leela, a woman revisiting her own memories through a VR headset rendered as a surreal video game world shaped by her past. Each environment is an emotional snapshot, a childhood bedroom, a moment of heartbreak, a glimmer of joy, drawn in gorgeous, expressive 2D artwork that changes style depending on the memory. The visuals are stunning. Think Lofi Girl meets Studio Ghibli, but filtered through the introspection of an art house film. But it's not just eye candy. The hand-drawn scenes aren't just backgrounds, they're puzzles. Environmental riddles and subtle visual cues become the keys to unlocking each fragment of Leela's life. Sometimes it's as simple as finding a childhood toy. Sometimes it's reconstructing a metaphorical robot in a moment of identity crisis. And through it all, Leela's narration weaves a quiet, reflective tone over everything. It's not dramatic, it's honest. She talks about motherhood, about the tension between who she was, who she became, and all the selves she never got to be. One line hit me hard. Should I become a writer for the sake of all the selves I can't be? It's the kind of sentence that just lands. And if you're over 25 and questioning any of your life choices, it will find you. Leela isn't trying to be a hard game, but it's not a walk in the park either. Some puzzles, like a pattern memory test in her childhood room, really made me pause and think. Thankfully, there's a soft hint system that gently nudges you without spoiling the solution. Although I wish it stayed available during some of the more pixel hunt heavy sections. Those moments where you're blindly clicking around the screen are the weakest parts of the experience. And yes, there are a few bugs. The robot puzzle in Chapter 3, for example, sometimes glitches, forcing a restart of that scene. Not game breaking, but definitely annoying. But let's talk about what Leela does right. Because even with its brief runtime, around 2 hours, it manages to be emotionally rich, visually distinct, and surprisingly interactive. It understands the power of less spectacle, less noise, more feeling. And that's rare in gaming today. Leela doesn't hand you a sprawling world or dozens of side quests. Instead, it hands you moments. Moments of silence, of growth, of choosing who you want to be when you're no longer who you were. And while I wish it had a bit more time to dig deeper into Leela's relationship with her daughter or explore its closing themes more fully, what's here is still profoundly effective. It's cozy, contemplative, and most of all, true. If you're the kind of player who likes games that make you feel something, Leela is absolutely worth your time. Just don't be surprised if you find yourself tearing up halfway through. Thanks for watching. For more story-rich indie games and emotional deep dives, subscribe to Veteran Game and hit that bell icon. We're here to celebrate the quiet triumphs and heartfelt tales that deserve more love. Until next time, take care of yourselves and all the selves you can't be.